Hello to everyone who wants to get the beta version of the game Counter-Strike 2. In this video, I will tell you what to do to get the maximum chances to get an invitation. I will tell you about the method that helped me. To begin with, subscribe to the channel and then your chances will double, and we will begin. People with Prime status have the maximum chance of getting an invitation. But if you don't have it, and you don't want to buy it, you can try another method. Subscribe to the Counter-Strike group in Steam. Write a review. Try changing the name to Twitch TV or similar. After that, restart Steam and try to enter the game. I hope everything will work out for you too. Let's see what Valve themselves have to say about it.
Before we get to that, let's look at their website where it says the next era of Counter-Strike begins this summer. Counter-Strike 2 is the largest technical leap forward in Counter-Strike history, ensuing new features and updates for years to come. All of the game's new features will be revealed when it officially launches this summer, but the road to Counter-Strike 2 begins today as a limited test for select CSGO players. During this testing period, we'll be evaluating a subset of features to shake out any issues before the worldwide release. Counter-Strike 2 arrives this summer as a free upgrade to CSGO, so build your loadout, hone your skills, and prepare yourself for what's next. So let's get into it. First off, we have the smokes.
In a Counter-Strike match, information can mean the difference between success or failure. As a result, smoke grenades have become a cornerstone of team tactics. With Counter-Strike 2's new game engine, we've evolved smokes and made them dynamic. Smoke grenades now create volumetric 3D objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless of position, but the smoke can interact with the environment in interesting ways. It reacts to lighting.
I mean, look at this. One thing that I want everyone to take note of, not only does the smoke wrap around objects and wrap around players, but also you can see that CTs throw a bluish-grayish smoke, whereas the terrorists throw a tan-looking smoke.
Grows to fill spaces naturally. The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades.
I've been talking about this for so long, the ability to blow up smokes and move them out of the way with grenades. On top of that, they've gone a step farther and you can shoot holes in the smokes with your bullets. That's amazing. Also, here's a really good example of what I was talking about earlier with terrorists and counter-terrorists having different colored smokes. But it's not just that. You can even move the smoke around you by just walking through it. Like it says here, smokes now have the ability to interact with other gameplay events, creating new opportunities. Bullets and HE grenades can push smoke to briefly clear sightlines or expand occlusion. The particles of the smoke even work with a unified lighting system, allowing for more realistic light and color, which looks absolutely amazing. And with that, let's move on to the graphics.
And in Counter-Strike 2, maps are getting a new look. But don't worry. You can still bring along your countless hours honing strategies and exploiting every corner and crevice. We took 3 approaches to improving maps while retaining their rich legacy. First, there are touchstone maps, classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2.
Now, I'm not super impressed with the touchstone maps. Yes, the lighting's still there. It still looks beautiful. It looks a lot better than current CSGO, but when you compare it to what they're about to show off next with the updated PBR, it looks noticeably worse.
These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed. Next, we have upgrades. These are maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections.
These are the ones I'm most excited about. It keeps the gameplay aspects from the original maps, but all of a sudden they look absolutely incredible. Look at how good these look. Look at the water effects. Look at everything here. It's amazing how much these look so much better. And then finally, we got the ones that have been completely redesigned.
And finally, overhauls. The oldest maps have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the Source 2 tools and rendering features.
Now, I wonder if they kept the basic maps, touchstone maps, because they were worried that it was going to be too graphically intensive for computers. Those are, of course, the maps like Dust 2 and Mirage. Meanwhile, maps like Nuke aren't played quite as much, but they're still played in competitive level, so I'm not entirely sure why they decided to go for this. Maybe they'll update those original maps as well a little bit later on once they've got the testing completed. Now on the website it says Touchstone maps are classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2. These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise haven't been changed. You can see here how much it improves. This is the original CSGO version, and this is the new version. The lighting is a lot easier to see everything, especially when you look into those tunnels over there. Now the second stage is upgraded maps. These are maps that use the new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. And honestly, I don't know why they didn't use these on Dust 2 and Mirage. I feel like this is just an upgrade that would have been completely welcomed. Look how much better this looks. Yes, the other one does have improved lighting, but here you can see that everything looks so much better graphically. It's just pleasing for the eyes. Look at that. Wow. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to be playing the hell out of Nuke. And then next up we got the full overhauled maps, which are the maps that have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the new Source 2 tools and rendering features. And you can see like the rock here is different. See how it kind of is a completely different shape. You got different trees in different locations, and I mean it's the same map obviously, but it's just been redone. And it does look a whole lot better. Which brings us on to a whole new feature called tickless servers.
Counter-Strike